What wonderful love Jesus showed to mankind. He died on the cross.
This is DBN Deya Broadcasting Network Online, presenting Archbishop Deya interview with Mzazi Willie Mtuva at Citizen TV, reporter George Kihara. Tune in on DBN 24/7 and you will surely enjoy, laugh and be transformed.
Showed to mankind. He died on the cross to save me from.
Ladies and gentlemen,
What you're about to experience is a brand new vibe.
Test. World. This is Mambo Mseto.
Naam, hii hapa ndo Mseto East Africa, Mzazi Willie Mtuva. Leo nimepata bahati nzuri sana ya kuweza kukaa na mchungaji mtumishi wa Mungu Gilbert Deya. Hujambo?
Si jambo. Natukusa Mwenyezi Mungu.
Alright, moja kwa moja ningependa uweze kuzungumza na anayetazama aweze kwanza kufahamu Gilbert Deya. When you were 10 years old, ulikuwa wapi na ulikuwa unafanya nini?
When I was 10 years old, I became a believer and God touched me from that time in a small village called Bondogotabiro. Yeah. And from that particular time, I never set back my ministry, my faith in Christ. Yeah.
How did you know that God touched you? How did you feel it? How
Well,
did you feel
it happened one of the evening. I was sitting down with my mom. Can you imagine on that particular time, we have no shoes in our legs, and the Spirit of the Lord came upon me, and I went on trance. When I went on trance, and I wake up and I was speaking in tongues, telling Mama, can you see Jesus? She said, what's wrong with me, with you? From there, they took me to the witch doctor that thought I was mad, that something was wrong with me. In that particular time, when I went to the witch doctor known as Midigo, he started manifesting and telling my dad, this man is not a good person, take him away. It's a powerful power witchcraft upon him. And that's when things started with me to be a believer Christian. My calling is not from any religion organization. It's not ordination for human beings. It's God who called me through that amazing manifestation.
Okay. So that was when you were around 10 years old.
Yeah.
So what about school?
School, I took 7 years to be in the school, and I said bye to school. Because number one, my father had no money to educate me. Second thing, I was so foolish in the class. No. We were almost 49 and 50, but if I'm lucky, I've been number 49. So I never did well to school at all. And class 7, I never even went back to take my certificate.
Because you're very poor in class.
I never understand anything with the class. I was not for class.
But you're eloquent. You can speak in English. You can. How did you master all this?
I have been in the UK for 25 years, not that. I've been a public figure performing miracle healing, the sick, and pray with the people over 50 years, not that. Second thing, I'm not a young person at the moment. And by learning self-learner, I've written more than 70 books in English. And my English books, I don't need anybody to edit them. I'm very good in the English language. I don't think anybody has reached that level of my English understanding. And again, I've written 200 songs. Some of them, when Jesus say yes, that Beyonce copy. So in that, it is a talent. When people has a talent, education cannot stop you to reach what you want to be. And I discovered that anybody who has a calling and has a talent, you can do whatever people cannot do.
Okay.
Yeah. I believe in education. My children are educated they have degree. But again, education is good, but confining people to a slavery doctrine and putting in a box of your qualification. That's most of the millionaires like me, they did not do good in school. Bill Gates fall out. Richard Branson in the UK is a billionaire, fall out. Richard Moto, all these rich people. And I discover when you are born to make something, it depends with ambition. and determination.
Okay.
Determination, if you're determined to do something, you will do it. So that's why I have determination to be a singer. I'm singing well, and I compose songs.
Okay.
And also my calling in Christ, I believe God is God of wisdom. So when you have the true Holy Spirit, God has to give you wisdom to achieve what can make you to leave legacy on earth.
Okay. So growing up, how did you serve God?
From that time, I received Jesus in 1967. I started going to churches, and because of my character of minister to people, I was chased from many churches in the country of Kenya. Until later, I became an evangelist here in Nairobi, where I'm the first person to organize the biggest crusade in Kenyatta Conference Center. And also, I used to preach in Oru Park, and I'm the first person to preach the gospel in Kenya Broadcasting Network, KBC. No one since the world began. I started that, and then followed by live, and then my karaoke. And this time, that's why I love to be preaching on television. And I believe one day Citizen will give me a time to be preaching here on Citizen, maybe.
Okay, let me take you back a little. There's something that I want to know from you. When you're 22 years old, you got married to a 14 years old.
Yeah, when I was 20, I married a 14 years old girl. I was born imported, meaning somebody who cannot get erection naturally. And my father and my parents, they tried to treat me, they could not cure that. But when I became born again, something happened that the church member never trusted me that I can make a woman pregnant. So when I was in Uganda, they look for me, a woman, trust me, we take 3 days, no sex, because I never knew how to do it. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, my wife and I, we have got wonderful children, which are now abroad, and I believe Jesus intervened in my sexual manhood, because in birth I was born a eunuch. And I think if it is the part of the people in the UK, whatever it is, with the food, they could say maybe I could be a gay, which it is just a stupid thing. But God given me grace that I'm able to have relations with my wife, and we have wonderful children.
Okay, so how did they come?
No. When I married my wife, after 3 days, I became a proper machine man.
Wow. So you were able...
I was able proper, and trust me, I mean, I'm good on that. Sorry, ladies, this is a Bishop there.
All right. So as we progress, there was a time you came to Nairobi from, we call it Ushago. When you first came to Nairobi, what was your hustle?
When I came to Nairobi, I came because the poverty was too escalating in my village. So I was coming to look for a living. I end up in Kasarani, Njiro, which is now Miki, cutting stone. The bad news that we were being paid 6 shillings a month and could not afford to maintain our life. So I lost my firstborn, known as Peter, of Kwachako in Kenyatta, because when my wife gave birth, she had no milk, because we were just eating porridge and milk. With the Luo, you know, they eat only ugali. And that's the worst thing for Luo people, because ugali has no nutrition, just starch. So I lost my firstborn, Peter, in 1974 because of poverty. And then from Kinjiro Kasarani, I managed to get a job in that area to clean latrines and whatever, and now I was earning 24 Kenyan shillings. From that time, I was privileged to be living in Kibera, and when I lived in Kibera, luckily the residence of home where I was a house of a brother to D.O.I. Twika. So that's the deal of Kibera and Chief Kamau. So I myself and I made my house very nice. I took the cow down and smeared the wall, and my house was so beautiful. So when the owner of the landlord came and said, "What a beautiful house," I said to him, "I can make all this also for you too." So I do that manually, 10 rooms. And then they make me a land agent. And from this land agent, so all of them choose me to be land agent. I end up being a land agent of over 100 houses, and that's where my wealth started, from Kibera.
Okay. So how did you progress from rags to riches?
From there, I never set back my faith in Christianity, but I was a humble servant to the people who I was working with. I became a electric cleaner in that area. Then they made me office messenger. They gave me a bicycle. I was dropping letters in the city of Nairobi. Then the salesman resigned. Then they proposed me to teach me how to do the sales. So I became a salesman in Nairobi, and there my salary stood from 24 shillings to 3,000 shillings. And that time I was living in Kibera with Kamnyugi, the father of Kamnyugi. I was now the leader of Kibera Siranga, and Kamnyugi was Kibera and Saba. So we built those matope houses, and I also from there I started making shoes in Karabang roundabout, where I get a crippled person and was making shoes. I took that man, hide it somewhere, and make pattern of shoes, and I named it their shoes. And then I started making.
When was that? Which year?
That is late 80s. Late 80s. Yeah. Yeah. So then I'm the one who started EMS Pit Force. I'm also the one who started Matatu Vehicle Association here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm the one who started it, and I'm the one who started the route of Nairobi to Laini Sapa. And by that particular time, I never set back my prayer and go back to the things that is normal. It's normal, whatever it is. I don't entertain anything for entertainment. I don't watch movie, I don't watch TV, I don't waste time on things of luxurious.
So what do you do with your time?
My time is to do things which are relevant. Most of the poor people, which I can call the middle class, those who are confined by education, they just believe in the education. They cannot say Skumawiki, you call themselves professor. That's the mistake they do. Because in order to be successful, you have to use your time properly. Because the time wasted will never come back to you. You can lose money, but you cannot get time. So what I normally do, I never ever in my life waste my single minute in my single time, even now. And the thing which I normally do, I look at things that can benefit me financially. I don't accelerate life. I don't make my life to be luxurious. Even today, even when I went to England, I have made in England because the property which my church owns in England is worth 4.2 billion. But still, if you go to England, I was staying in the compound of the church because I work 24/7. At the moment, I have already rented a place in Mombasa Road, and you can find me there even 2 a.m. in the morning. Because the work of God which we are doing, also you need to be committed to do something that brings money. Everyone can prosper, but people like to take their life easily and do things which is luxurious. I learned about Bill Gates. They don't mess with time. The rich people, if you see them, they sleep 3 hours, 2 hours. But the slavery timing which is given to people, they have to go to bed for 8 hours. It's nonsense. I am 67 years old. Even this time, if I sleep long, it's 2 hours.
Okay. Tell me about Gilbert Deya Ministries in the UK.
Gilbert Deya Ministries in the UK, I used to be here in Nairobi, and I managed to minister to President Moi. He had something in his throat, which God healed, and that made him to finance my meeting here in Kenya. I used to organize crusade in Kenyatta Conference Center, paid by President Moi. He used to order these Nyayo buses to bring people to Kenyatta Conference Center as a result of that what he got when I was playing with him. And he used to allow me to go to State House at any time. When I went to England, I believe that God sent me. I never went with somebody. I went and rent a small house and started my ministry in that room. And that's 1995, 96, they gave me the license under my name. And from there, I started going on television. And what people see on television make me to get more viewers, including the royal family. Queen Elizabeth was able to give me attention and give me an audience. So my ministry in England is the largest, is the biggest. And for that ministry in England, I have bought buildings in each and every city of London. And those buildings, each of them somewhat 3 million pounds, which is about 400 something million. And this is not because of me. people receive me, and the money which I got, I use it wisely. Many people, when they become a pastor, they enrich themselves. You people can call me a millionaire, which is not true. It's my vision, and the work which God has given to me is where I invested all my strength.
Okay. How did you get close to the president? How did you build your friendship? Where did you meet him? How
President Moi.
Yeah.
President Moi, the time that Mayor Congo was the mayor, I was on KBC, and he watched the miracle which I was putting on KBC. So he invited me through Mayor Congo to take me to State House to pray with them. When I went to State House, I prayed. It worked for him, and that's why he became so close to support whatever I was doing. He never gave me any money extra, but he gave me the lands which I gave to the pastors in Nairobi, like Redeemed Gospel Church, in Umoja and other places.
Okay. Talking about miracles, tell me some of the miracles that you've been able to perform.
Yeah, the miracle is normal like the Bible, healing the sick according to the Bible. Anything that Jesus did in the Bible say we shall do as he has done. I never have anything negative, especially when it came to 204. Something happened because my wife, we are all in the UK, and she has to pray with some women who later herself tell me that they got given that unusual. But to me, the miracle baby haven't performed one. No. The only thing which I know, whatever I've been prayed for, people, they have been connected with the nature or whatever. But my wife, she also a believer, and the miracle which she did is what contrary to what got that negative publicity.
Okay.
And I and herself, we have never given that to miracle baby at all. But there are women who came for me to be prayed for them. Later they claim that they got the baby, but they have no contradiction of the medical things. At the moment I'm here in Kenya, which I believe is the will of God, because now I'm not going back to England. I'm going to set again another ministry for Africa. But the miracle which is happening is there in YouTube, people walk, the blind see. Those are the things that at least I have performed since from the beginning of my youth.
Okay. There's this incident that someone had died and then you prayed for.
Mrs. Nikuli,
Tell me about that.
she was staying in Oroma Junction. Nikuli was a part of the people who are believing in my ministry. And one evening, it was Sunday evening, I can't remember the day, I was living in Andorra, phase 5. And in Andorra, phase 5, the man came to me and said to me about 9 p.m. that his wife is dead 2 hours ago. I said, what is that? He said, I want you to come before I call the police because she's dead. When I went to Roma, I found the lawyers were now around that building, and they were angry with him because his wife is dead and going to bring Bishop Deya. That was something negative to the community. And something also encouraged me. I found them in the house and I told them to get out from the house. That angered them completely, and they said, if I and the husband don't eat that body, we will be dead. Because the family of the woman believed that her husband, the man has killed his wife. So they were the one who was so cruel. But luckily, God was so good to me. I found they pour water on her. It was just a death which has taken at least 2-3 hours.
Okay.
And I prayed when I was holding the woman, it never wake up. And something came to my mind, and I said, now I'm dead. Because I'll be dead. Yeah. And I started getting kuchanganyikiwa. It says, I'll be dead now because the people are shouting outside. But I moved from that place to the corner, and I said, Jesus, don't kill me. I do stupid thing. I told people to get out now. We are going to be stoned. Then I point the woman when I was standing fire, saying, in the name of Jesus, wake up, Mrs. Nikuli, and Sisinish. And that gave me encouragement. Then it happened that at the end of the day, the woman woke up. And that is what happened in Oroma. And that is how, again, it boosted the name of my ministry. Here in Nairobi, if I went to England. Remember, here in Nairobi, if I went to England, I was feeling Uhuru Park. The Kenyatta Convention.
Okay. Anachojaribu kusema hapa kwamba alikuwa na uwezo mkubwa sana ambao alikuwa na Mwenyezi Mungu, na kitu kimoja ambacho alikifanya kikubwa ni kuweza kufufua mtu ambaye alikufa. Kuna wakati hivi karibuni ulikuwa katika vyombo vya habari, ulikuwa kwenye mahakama, ulikuwa na kesi ambayo inaendelea ambayo usingependa kuongelea kwa sana, but uliishia kwenye jela, uliweza kuingizwa ndani.
Nimekuwa na extradition request for the past 12 years. And if you don't talk about the case, let me talk about extradition. My wife was here in Kenya, and this publicity of Miracle Baby came up here. And then I tried, because I believe I was innocent, and I put application for defending extradition when the Kenya government sent the extradition for me to come and answer those charges. So 12 years later, another firm here gave me a wrong order, court order, because in the UK I don't have a case, and they don't believe I am wrong. But the Kenyans say I have a case because my wife also already have these cases. My wife has three type of cases. One is a child she gave birth when I was not in the country. Second, there was a child for a lady she brought from UK, which they were both charged that they stole that child. Another one was 5 counts of stealing 5 children, which was taken from my home, Mountain View. These 5 children here, they were given back to her, and she told me they were mine. The good news is that those 5 children, the court found her not guilty. She was acquitted in 2011. And those are the charges I am here to answer. If she's the mother, and she's the one who was accused, and I am only a person whom he told is the father. So that's when they arrested me, extradition, I've been in prison for 1 year on remand, and I was bailed out, which now it will end.
Let's wind up. We'll wind up very fast. Maybe you tell us about your music.
Well, I am an author of books, and I've written very wonderful music. If you go to YouTube, the songs that Beyonce took when Jesus say yes, when Jesus say yes, nobody, that's my song, and Jesus is the name, that's my song, Ninan, that's my song, I'm standing over, that's my song. Those are all the songs which I written before I become mature.
So have you taken action maybe to try to play?
Maybe we shall think of that. But at the moment, I have written 200 songs. I will give you a copy of that. You play. And they are really Westerners. They're not historic.
Your last words, maybe to your viewers? My
last words to my viewers, to the Kenyans. I love you, Kenyans. I love everyone. Here is Archbishop Deya. I'm back in the system. My church is in Mombasa Road. Welcome there. And all of you, let us work together and support the government of Uhuru. It's the best government I've never seen.
You have been watching an interview between Archbishop Gilbert Deya and Mzazi Willie Mtuva. That's a program and edited live from Citizen TV studios. To find more about Bishop Gilbert Deya, you can visit Gilbert Deya Ministries along Mombasa Road, Nairobi, Kenya.
Once